on the bus about malls, and he just had a commitment, like, I know I can do better. And we talked and we did some things, and he asked and reached out to other people, and he absolutely took the information and ran with it, right? He didn't just, oh, okay, that's a great idea. He said, okay, these are the best practices. All right, fine, I'm going to do it. And he did. And what'd you sell last year at the malls, by the way? I was trying to look it up, but I had some other screens up.
73 and some change.
That's awesome. I believe you were the top rep in the malls nationwide last year, or one of the top.
Yes.
That's awesome. I'm going to leave it to you. Thank you again so much for your time. Take it away. Please take as much time as you can.
Of course. Thanks,
Perfect.
guys. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Are we good? I heard an oh wait.
Oh, switch. Hold on. We're gonna switch it around.
I'm flipping it around so you can see people.
Awesome. Hey guys, see some familiar faces. I am beyond honored that you invited me to talk about malls. I'm stoked. I'm personally super excited for this upcoming mall season myself. Just quick raise of hand, who will be participating in malls this year? Just so that I can kind of get a mental headspace. Great. Majority of you guys, lovely, cool. Awesome. For those of you guys who don't know me, I'm JC Miranda. I live in Sacramento, California, Northern California, essentially. I've been selling Cutco since 2017, and 2018 was my first kiosk season. And I just want to let you guys know right off the back that I was not good at malls. Actually, for my first 3 years at malls, I was not profitable. In 2018, I sold 205 CPO over 6 shifts. And there was actually a period of time during the mall season that I considered quitting Cutco altogether, just to be very vulnerable and upfront and honest with you guys, just because I didn't want to pay to make no money and to just not be profitable and to be at a mall display or kiosk for 8, 10, 12, or even more hours. And I want you guys to know now that working the mall in December is such a huge pillar in my business. And it not only feeds my business long term, but I'm able to serve and show up for my clients year after year during this time on a substantial level. And I'm honored and I love it. It's like my Super Bowl season. If you have like a fair that you know that you're going to perform at every single year, or if you have like a client that maybe you know when you go to their house or you see them at a sharpening event that you're going to sell big to, this is like how I feel about malls. It's my Super Bowl. It's like my big time. It's my game on season. So now there are two areas I focus on at the mall, and it's creating business at the booth versus waiting for business to come to me at the booth. So it's one of the things that I focus on is creating business at the booth. And second is maximizing every interaction with my mindset and with the intentions that I have with my clients. Now, I create business at the booth 3 ways. The first way is with service. So driving customers to my booth for sharpening, like a service event, like a long-term, few weeks service event. The second way is with a raffle. So driving them there with no purchase necessary reason, with good intentions just to check up on them. And we all know that they're going to see stuff they like organically, naturally. They're like, oh, it's new. Referrals, getting your customers to get people there for you. So, are you providing service for your clients at the booth? So, when I send out my marketing to all my customers in the area for the mall, that I'm working, I make sure that they have my scheduling link. So I don't know if you guys use Calendly or whatever form of scheduling that you have. I make sure that my link to schedule is included in all my texts, my emails, and I also send a postcard to all my clients in the area with a QR code on the postcard so that they can just scan it super easily. Now, in this link, I have the days and times that I offer service at the booth. It's not something where people can just randomly come up and bring their knives. No, they have to schedule it. I don't have openings every single day that I'm there, and I don't have openings all day while I'm there working. And in my link, I have options for them to click on what programs and what packages that they are considering next, like flatware, cookware, upgrade. And I also have a box that they can click on that says, I own a business or I run a business. This lets me be a bit more efficient when I'm working with my clients, but it also opens up their mindset to look at new products while I'm working with them right there at the booth. Also, I'm going to apologize a little bit if my voice is a little raspy. I'm recovering from a little bit of a cold. Another way I provide service is by direct scheduling Cutco owners that do not have an active rep to come back and to come back to the booth for sharpening. And we all get those people that come up randomly and ask, how do I get my Cutco sharpened? I haven't had my Cutco sharpened in forever, whatever it may be. This is your way to help those people instead of just giving them like an address or to schedule them in the future far, far, far to get them their knives sharpened. I started doing this back in 2021 is direct scheduling my those people to come back and get their knife sharpened. And at that time in 21, I had them come back just on the last weekend I was there after Christmas. And we were non-stop busy. It was like a crazy service event. We even had people who didn't schedule to get their knife sharpened form a line with their Cutco randomly. We're like, what the heck? So I thought, why don't we do the same thing, but just throughout the whole time we're at the mall and help more owners get their products serviced and then introduce them to what is new in the Cutco world. So I direct schedule them right there in front of me instead of playing phone tag with them or getting my assistant to call them, or instead of just texting them the link so that they'll never fill it out on their own. I work with them right there while they are in front of me and get them scheduled right there on the spot. And this has been a huge game changer just because I'm able to help those people who are Cutco orphans get their knife service, but also show them what is new in the Cutco world and add those as my clients to my database. And if they ask, oh, how do I bring my knives in? Like, isn't it weird? I'm like, no, not at all. You bring in stuff to get returned all the time. It's like that. So just wrap in the knives in cloths, put them in like a tote bag, a Trader Joe's bag, or a Lululemon bag, just so that they don't puncture it. Or if you have like a knife block, just put it in a wagon or put it in a box and put the box in that wagon and just bring it in. The wagon's a big game changer too if your clients have like an ultimate or more, just because few months ago, I had a client like bring their big old knife block to an event and she had to like waddle it. And it was like so sad. I had to like go and help her little old lady. But no, tell them just to bring a wagon in. It makes it so much easier. As long as it's not visible and they won't fall out while they're walking. Raffle. Now, my raffle for my past clients, it's all about getting them there to the booth to see me. This is another way that I love to see them there every single year, and I promote it all year long, is that come see me during the mall season. I'm gonna have a free raffle just for you to get free Cutco. It's something exclusive just for my clients. So last year I gave away $500 worth of free Cutco just to my past clients. This year I'm gonna bump that up to 1,000. And there are three ways they can get into this drawing. One is just by stopping by. When they stop by, I actually like check them in. It's not like, okay, bye, what's your name and write it down on a little ticket. No, like I actually pull up my CRM, my database, and I check them into the event. This allows me to see the last time I saw them, the last time they had their knife service, the last time they made a purchase and what they bought, and lastly, what they have on their wish list. The second way to get them entered into my drawing is by bringing a family friend or a friend, family, whatever, that does not have Cutco or does not have an active rep. The third way to get into the drawing is extra entries based on the quantity of Cutco that they are purchasing right there on the at the spot on the booth. So for every 500 line one that they spend, they get an extra entry. This not only helps me leverage them to buy, but also their order size. Everybody wants more cocoa. And then my referral program. Now, this was a huge game changer. I really saw a big ROI last year. I'm looking forward to it again this year. So this is something I also include in my marketing and that I promote all year long and that I also promote at the booth. For every person they refer to me that makes a purchase, they both receive a Cutco gift from me. And I actually like have a referral card that I give with like literature when I see them at the booth, but I really help them engrave in their mind to bring people to me and that I'm going to hook them up with free Cutco. Now, I'll even tell my clients that they could refer people throughout the season or refer people throughout the year, and they can stack up a Cutco credit with me that they could apply to a large purchase, like a set of pots and pans or an upgrade. And this just gets my clients thinking about what's next. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about the selling mindset and the intentions that I have because this is something that's evolved a lot throughout the years. And there's a few things in here that makes me different that other people have spotted out that makes me different from other reps on my team. And that's helped me grow my business year after year at the event. But one of those things is a question I have for you is that do you have your client's best interest at heart? Do they know that you have their best interest at heart? Something that I learned from Deanna and something that all my clients know about me is that if there's ever a way that I can help them save, I'm going to let them know how. And I'm never going to let them buy anything that they won't use and that they can't budget. And I tell them that. And I really emphasize on that, and especially if there's ever a way I can help them save. I want my clients to save. Like I'm Mexican, I'm always looking for a bargain. I want my clients to have that mentality too, not gonna lie. And I want them to utilize that so that they can buy there on the spot with me. I also tell them that when it comes to saving, that right there, right then, right now is one of the best times. One, Cutco is only in the mall for a limited time. Obviously, every division region is different, but where I work, Cutco is only there from Black Friday weekend through Christmas time. One. Second, the price increase. We are in an annual price increase, and it's right now it's happening at the turn of every year, at the end of the holidays. Utilize the price increase to your advantage. Utilize the mall to your advantage, that you're only there for the season. You see, something I tell my clients is that Cutco has me here to help people get their products serviced and to help people that don't own our products find what option is best for them with the pricing that we have for the holidays. Use your experience and how long you've been working the mall year after year. You see, I've been working this mall every year since 2018. And usually, when people want to walk around and think about it, usually by the end of the day, they think about where's the car, not the Cutco booth. We've all heard that line and we all know that it works. And also, don't be afraid to really dig in with your clients and find the resolution, find the solution. Um, and because I'm there every single year, my clients know this, they see this. And I have that confidence that I can tell new Cutco owners that every single year the price is going to go up. And usually when people don't make it back, they see me the next year and they're like, oh, it's Cutco JC. How much are the knives we were looking at? And I show them, and we're so much more expensive just because the price increase and they end up buying it. They end up buying it there, and they always say, "We should have bought it when we first saw you." I had a customer one time tell me that the best time to buy Cutco was years ago, decades ago, when like the paring knife was a fraction of the cost that it is now. And the second best time to buy it is today. Something I tell my clients is that there's never a good time. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be like, I don't know, a medical bill, or there's always going to be Having to shop for Christmas gifts. There's always going to be something that your money you're going to be spending it on. There's never going to be a right time. So it's our job to help our clients understand that right now it's going to be the best time than it'll ever be. And you want to do that by creating a buying atmosphere. So as you can see, we're not just a knife company anymore. We're a full American kitchen company. Most Cutco owners' goal is to gradually phase out the products in their kitchen with Cutco because it's good quality, it's American made, and everything is guaranteed forever. So it just gives you that peace of mind that you don't have to buy it anymore. It just makes sense. And if they say something like, I'm spending all my money on gifts for other people, get them sold on the idea of giving Cutco as a gift even if they don't own Cutco themselves. We do it to business owners all the time. We get them sold on the idea of giving a world-class product that's going to be memorable. After that, figure out how you can incorporate bundling something for themselves, or even if you have to bonus like a two-piece gift set as a gift when they're investing in like an ultimate or something like that, or some sort of package. Um, I want to bring my husband back so that they can see. I love that objection. You know, we hear it all the time. I'm gonna bring my husband back, or I'll be back at the mall. It's so easy for them to say that and for them to sell you on the idea of why they're gonna come back. Dig in deep with them. Keep them there as long as you can. Slow them down. Figure out why they want Cutco, why they came to your booth, why they want their husband there. This is not a drive-by experience. This is a world-class experience. You want to treat them with world-class respect. Service mentality first and take your time. People will more likely buy from you if they know that you have their best interests at heart. Like I said earlier, I can help you save more, and I will let you know how I will. And there are a lot of nice things at the mall. And I love it when I like people tell me, "Oh, I can't afford it." I'm like, they have a Lululemon bag or they have like a Louis Vuitton bag or something, or they have a bunch of shopping bags or whatever it may be. Like I took my sister shopping for her 17th birthday in July and I spent like $1,000 like that. I'm like, it's insane. Um, and I love it when they have all those bags because I tell them there's a lot of nice things here at the mall. Like I love shopping, don't get me wrong, and I love to relate with them and figure out like what stores we like to shop at. But there is one product here that you will only buy once. You will use every single day. You're never going to rebuy it, and your whole family will use it forever. So get them that sort of excitement that they have for their favorite stores or where they're shopping at with Cutco. How can you relate this to that? Also, just remember at the end of the day, the people you're talking to, those are human beings on the other side of the booth, and you want to treat them the way you want to be treated with respect. You know, when you're going to buy something, how do you want to be treated by with the sales associate? You don't want to be treated like trash. You want to be treated with respect. And it's very easy. I say this especially just because during the mall season, you're there for hours and you're dealing with cranky people too that are also like fed up with shopping and they're overwhelmed and they're overstimulated. You can make somebody's day. So don't be afraid to check yourself. Every single time you talk to somebody, it's a new interaction. So just get in the proper headspace every single time, okay? And I'm not afraid to tell the other reps I work with to go take a walk. Like if they're having some negative energy or if they're just like, I can just tell, I smell their CPO breath, take a walk. Tell them to go take a walk, decompress a little bit, go grab some Starbucks, grab a smoothie, go to get a massage somewhere. Just because you really want to focus on your mental state and bring that 100% positive attitude to every single interaction that you have with your clients. Now, when it comes to maximizing the right interactions. So, once again, something that I've been told by other reps that makes me different from other reps that I work with is that I don't let people walk so easily. And we get so caught up in our skill set And I know I'm guilty of this too. And a lot of other CSPs are very guilty of this, but we get so caught up in our ego and our confidence and our skill set that we know that we're good salespeople. We know that we can close $10,000 orders. And we expect people to buy so easily from us. Um, and we're very good at selling the idea of Cutco, but are we good on helping people decide to get Cutco today? Our skill set turns on when people say no, or when we turn those no's into a yes, turning those I need to talk to my spouse into here's my credit card, whatever it may be. I am more dialed in to every client now more than ever. I make sure that they have my full, undivided attention. And I don't care if I'm talking to somebody for 2 to 3 hours. That doesn't happen all the time, but it does happen. Like so many people walk by, or I see my other coworkers working with many other clients. No, I don't care. It's usually those are some of the biggest orders that I'm closing at the booth. They came up to me for a reason. People come up to you for a reason. Why is that reason? What drew them to the Cutco booth? Utilize the fact that you're only there for a limited time. Cutco has me here every year because we have some of the biggest sales of the year. Not only that, but Cutco has a price increase right after the holidays. Now will be the least expensive price that it ever will be. So if you're going to get it at some point, you might as well get it now, given that you're going to save so much in the long run. Make sure that you maintain your energy. Keep in mind that this is a marathon, not a sprint. At the Roseville Galleria Mall, we do staggered shifts. This makes it more manageable for us. We have somebody open, we have somebody close. I'll never personally work more than 5 days in a row. There was a time where I didn't work more than 3 days in a row. It's important to have your downtime and to take care of the needs that you need to do outside of work when you're not working, so that when you're working, you're invested, you're mentally there, you're 100% present. Just make sure you do your marketing. Biggest thing, I sold just under out of the 73,000 that I sold last year, 20,000 of that came from PCs. I had over 50 scheduled sharpenings. Not all of those were from my PCs. A lot of those were from other people coming up to the booth. This was all before Christmas, obviously, and then I did some mall shifts after Christmas, just that little tail end. But just so you guys can have like an idea of where I've came from. In 2018, I sold 205 CPO on those 5 shifts. In 2019, I sold 8,400. 2020, 5,900. 2021, I sold 49,000. 2022, 62. This last year, 23, sold 73. This year, I'm shooting for 100. And it's just exciting. And I'm grateful that I could build this business year after year and that I could show up for my past clients. I could show up for new clients. I can help people. And I'm telling you guys this because there was a time, like I said earlier, that I sucked. And if that's you right now, that's good. You're exactly where you need to be. Just learn and keep growing yourself. And if you're already at where you want to be, what's next? How are you going to grow your business? Sorry, guys, my voice is a little cut out. Well, thank you guys. That's what I have for you guys today. Is there any questions you may have for me?
Let's start off by giving a round of applause. Thank you so much. Let's look to El Paso first. El Paso, do you have any questions?
We're good, but I love you, JC.
Salve, ¿Qué pasa,
Awesome.
calabaza?
Any questions here in the room? I jotted down just a couple of quick questions. I wanted to know, what hours do you offer service?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Usually it's in the beginning of my shift and at the end of my shift. Usually during peak times, like on the weekends, I'm invested where it's very free. Also, I forgot to state, unlike a sharpening event where your clients are there while you're sharpening the knives, I have my clients drop off their knives and come back and pick them up. But I always say, hey, just before you leave the mall, just make sure you save like 20, 30 minutes or 15, 20 minutes for me at the end, just so I could review your knives and I could provide the best service that I can. So I do have my clients drop off their knives. What I've also noticed is that while I'm sharpening the knives, I always see people that just gravitates people in towards me and they're like, oh, what are you doing? And I'm like, yeah, Cutco knives. And they're like, oh, can I bring like my Farberware knives or whatever? I'm like, no.
I love it. Okay, awesome. And then how long do you set your sharpening times apart?
1 hour apart.
1 hour apart. Okay, I do the same thing. I love that. And you had mentioned something about giving people literature at the booth. Like if you have somebody who's like, hey, I gotta walk around, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, or I'm coming back, blah, blah, blah. Is there anything that you leave them with? Do you have any sort of leaving pieces or do you give brochures or anything?
I give brochures, I give cards, I give contact cards. If this is somebody who like I gotta walk around, I usually, I'll be honest, like when I get those, like I dig in deep with them and then I'm like I get them invested. But let's say if there's absolutely nothing that I could do, and I know that, then yeah, I'll for sure get them leaving pieces. I have a trifold that has my information on it, obviously, and it has the Cutco knives, and it has like a short summary of all the knives and the uses for them. But I don't like giving out like my actual card. I have them save me in their phone with my contact card because I'm honest with them. Most people lose cards. I tell them, save this in your phone. So now anytime you think of Cutco, you can just look up Cutco on your phone and I'm right there. What this also does, it allows me to get their phone number in case I need to follow up with them later on.
That's awesome. I love that. The saving yourself as a contact, by the way, money. If you haven't done that yet, like do it today. Last question, just because we have a minute here. You brought up something very interesting, and I love that you brought this up and you talked about it, but I wanted to dig into just a little bit of detail. Like, what are some of the things that you do to keep people around? Like, how do you break the pattern to build rapport? What are some things that some phrases or some like little things, like what are some gestures, anything that helps
Yeah.
keep people around?
I thank you so much. It's a very good question. And I think this is where I really strive and where honestly, like, I don't care how long I'm spending with somebody. I want them to know that I genuinely care about them as a human being. And I build the crap ton of rapport. I ask them, I get to know them. I want them to view me as a friend. I want them to know that I'm not like a normal salesperson, that I want to work with them long term. So I asked him like a bunch of questions, like, where's your family from? Where you guys, do you have kids? Like to barbecue? Oh, dude, you like to barbecue? What's your specialty? Oh, yeah, I'm a tri-tip guy. And then we go into that. And then I'm like, bro, you have a Traeger? Heck yeah, me too. And you have Cutco, bro. You want Cutco. Like, you want this knife. And then, like, I just kind of bring it into that and get them excited, like, kind of like that. Just very naturally organic. I get them excited and I get them like wanting to stay there. Like I get that like they want to stay there at that point because now they're invested in me and they want to talk to me. And it's crazy because like the year I won my silver cup in 2021, that like obviously the mall was like a huge factor of that, of my sales towards the end of the year. And I was so invested on having people buy for me, having people buy for my personal goals. And then I actually sold less in 2022 overall because I spent so much time getting people to buy because of me. And the biggest factor that changed between 2022 to 2023 was getting people to buy for them. Like, why should they buy Cutco for themselves versus having them buy for me and my goals? No, it's not about me anymore. It's about them. Like, do you have their best interests at heart? And that's just like been the biggest mind shift. And that's actually something I learned a lot from mentoring with Mike Dowd, was just having their best interests at heart. So I built a crap ton of rapport, and then I'll obviously have a transition at some point. But that's kind of how I plug and play.
I love that because it sounds like you're not just randomly saying stupid shit like, hey, we're cutting deals just because somebody told you to say that. Like, you're very confident in yourself and your ability and your skills to create a relationship and to like Josh teaches everybody, like me, know me, trust me, pay me. And it feels like you really embodied that into what you're doing at the mall.
Thank you. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate that.
Well, we gotta
And I
let you
learned a
go
lot of
because
stuff. I hope
oh,
you know
go
too.
ahead, go ahead. Sorry.
I learned a lot of things from you, like regarding like energy and just like making sure I'm taking care of myself and just to seem very busy while I am at the mall booth because it's super easy just to kind of get caught in your own head and to just be like not desperate, but to kind of people see you as like a lotion person. No, like you want to never chase, always attract.
Well, I love how you brought up commission breath because I've seen a lot of people suffer at the mall with that, especially after having a hard day. And so I love personally, I love to get a massage. I'll take an hour break. I'll cover the display, whatever. I'll go take an hour break. I'll call someone in, whatever. I love getting a massage. But also I like how you just said, hey, be there for your partner, for your teammate, and say, hey, go take a walk. I can tell you're struggling, whatever. And that takes a lot of courage because all of us have a lot of confidence. And so, I really appreciate that you're willing to step out and be there for your teammate, even if they don't want it.
Totally.
So,
Oh, totally. And it comes with just like how you have your clients, your customers' best interest at heart. Do you have your teammates' best interest at heart? And like we've all experienced this, where it's so easy to become envious of the person next to you that just sold an ultimate set, and you're a trimmer for the day. If you're gonna like kind of eat more at yourself and beat yourself even more, it's gonna become a disadvantage for you to even sell more than that. You have to celebrate with your buddies and with your teammates, and that's great. Like what did you do? Like learn from them, you know? And that's something that's where it's a culture we're creating here in NorCal.
I love that. Let's give JC one more round of applause. Thank
Thanks,
you
guys.
again
Thanks
so
again
much.
for asking me to be here, and feel free to reach out. Zach has my number. You're more than welcome to reach out for any questions. I'm more than happy to help. I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for people attending my team trainings and people giving me the knowledge that I've obtained today, and me going out of my way and asking those people above me for those questions and going outside my comfort zone. So I encourage you guys to contact me, ask me whatever you need as well. Thank you, guys.
All right. Thank you. Take care. We'll talk soon.
Thank you, Zach.
Don't know how to stop this. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. End. Don't end? Okay.